The cylinder walls are all nice and clean at first, and then we're going to put the piston ring lube on them. I'm also going to put some of this piston ring lube on the skirts of the pistons and the rings. Next, I'm going to align all of the piston rings because the gaps need to go in specific angles. And again, this is going to vary depending on the engine manufacturer and even the engine builder on how they like to do it. I always like to hold the piston with the exhaust valves pointing towards me, and that way it can be consistent on each one of the pistons when I align the rings. So this is the piston installation tool, and I'm also going to lubricate that as well because the rings have to slide down it. I'll double check the ring alignment again, and now we're ready to put it in. The crankshaft is at bottom dead center, which means the crankshaft pin or journal is all the way at the bottom. That gives you the most room to make sure you don't push the rod into the main journal. So these rods are from BC, and it's their standard H-beam rod, which is going to work great for our application. And they had them in stock, which is great because this is such a short time between the time that we got the engine to the build. We really wanted to use parts that were in stock and not have to custom order. So we'll go ahead and install the rest of the pistons, and we'll be done with this part of it. So once I install the piston, they should be pretty consistent as far as the tension it takes to push them down. If for some reason they're a little bit different, that could be a sign of an issue. And then also make sure that you look at the cylinder walls and make sure there's no scoring or anything that happened on the installation, because that'll show that maybe you had an issue with your ring gap or something like that. So now I'll turn the crankshaft and make sure everything spins smoothly. Next is time for the cylinder head. The cylinder head was done by our buddy Tom at Portflow. He took the dirty head, hot tanked it, cleaned it way up. He did what they call like a pocket port or like a bowl port, and it's the area where the valve seat meets the casting in the head. And a lot of the time, the factories don't do a very good job of matching it and having a good flow in that section. And doing a full port and polish, I don't believe is necessary on these heads for the power levels that we're going to be making. This is what they call a CNC valve cutting machine. You can actually program in how you want the valve seat cut, and then it goes in there and cuts it all perfect. Tom then resurfaced the cylinder head and got it all ready for installation. Here's a quick picture of, you can see the pocket port, and you can see where the valve seat meets the inside casting is nice and smooth, and that's where he ported it. Here's all of our SuperTech stuff. So this is the valve train that we're going to install into the cylinder head. Dual valve springs, titanium retainers, CNC keepers, Inconel exhaust valves, and stainless steel intakes. Tom will go ahead and put some grease on the valves. When he installs them, we'll then install the spring base, the locator. The locator keeps the spring centered within the spring locator keeps